Valley Club, did I just screw myself over? 5-star perfect soul for Titus Blackbloom is on the line starting in tomorrow's Champ Chase tournament. Only one winner per tournament. We're going to talk about how to tackle this event and why I might have screwed myself over. And if you're ready for all that information, you know what to do, Valley Club. Find that like button and let's go smash it. Welcome back to the ValleyFlyin raid channel. I am ValleyFlyin. I hope you're having an excellent day. And if you are going for that Titus Blackbloom fusion, I hope you have saved some of your shards, because tomorrow's Champ Chase tournament on the line. 5-star perfect soul for Titus Blackbloom. Great character. And we'll talk about what I did to potentially screw myself over for this and how you might maximize the event. And if you get some value from this video, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, ring the notification bell so you know as soon as a brand new raid video goes up. And at least 6 pieces of raid shadow lenses content every single week on this channel. Let's jump into the game and take a look at the new announcement from this morning. Some things we knew about, some things that are a little surprising. The first is the double legendaries from Sacred Shards, so going up from 6 to 12%. I usually like to open these Sacred Shards during these double drops, and if you have no concern about the fusion or the next fusion, this would be a great time to open your Sacred Shards because it's always great to have a double chance to get legendaries from your Sacred Shards. Also, something we did not know about, on July 13th or up to July 13th, 10x chance of getting Balar the Lost from Sacred Shards. Great champion. But before we go into more about Balar the Lost and the rest of this Champ Chase tournament, I do want to remind you guys that if you want to start off a brand new account or start off a second account and get off to one of the best starts in Raid Shadow Legends, make sure you use the link in the description or scan that QR code up there because that will get you 3 legendary characters and 3 epic characters for free. Starting off with this guy, Karato Fox Hunter, great character. Then you can enter a code to get another legendary character. My recommendation would be to get Tholen Foulbeard, but Sung Wukong and Tuhanarak are also great characters there. Then there is also a Champ Chase tournament. So as long as you log in for 7 days, you're gonna get Lemonisi the Goldwing for free. And then you also get 3 epic characters as well. Uugo, Tagoar, Fayne, all great for various areas of the game, and you get all of that for free, ladies and gentlemen. But as far as all the new champs, Balar the Lost was the one that I was looking forward to the most. When we saw the kit for Titus, it was a little confusing. We did not know how good he actually was. Balar looked great right off the bat, and if we look at his A3, attacks one enemy, places an increase in accuracy buff on all allies for 2 turns before attacking, 75% chance to place a decreased resistance buff on all enemies for 2 turns, then places 3 poison debuffs on the initial target for 2 turns, and if attack is critical, it's going to place 3 poison debuffs for 2 turns on all enemies instead. So crit rate, very important. 3 big poison debuffs for 2 turn on all enemies is huge. It could be huge in certain content of the game. And if we look at his A2, attacks one enemy, 75% chance of placing a leech debuff on all enemies for 2 turns, instantly activates the poison debuffs on all enemies, which is a very strong. Personally, on my account, I don't have a poison activator or an AoE poison activator, so this would be great if I got this champ. That's initially what I looked at, that poison activation. The A1 is also great. Attacks one enemy before attacking, shield buff on this champ for 2 turns. The value of the shield proportional to this champion's attack. Also 50% chance and goes up to 75 when fully booked and placing a 25% poison sensitivity buff for 2 turns. Very good so far in the passive. It increases the champion's ignore defense effect by 1% for each poison debuff instantly activated by this champion. Stacks up to 20%, so you could get a huge stack. So ignoring 20% of the target's defense, and also fills this champion's turn meter by 5% whenever a poison debuff is placed on an enemy. So could be getting a lot of turn meter if you getting all 3 of these poison debuffs. So 5-person team, 3 poison debuffs. That is 15 of them. So yeah, you could get a lot of these, a lot of turn meter. You could fill this up pretty good. So I am looking forward to trying for this guy, but I don't know if I'm going to draw for this guy because for the previous summon rush, I opened a lot of my Sacred Shards. So right now I only have 5 left. I do have a monthly budget that I spend on this game, and I have not reached it there yet. But as of right now, we're only on the 10th of the month. and I get enough to really complete this event. That's it for the rest of the month. So as far as the news, let's go back to the rest of the news. So a couple things that we talked about: double Sacred Shards and Balar the Lost 10x drop rate. So if you're unfamiliar with these, the way it works, you're getting a chance for getting Sacred Shard, or the chance of getting a legendary from Sacred Shards is doubled. So increase from 6 to 12. Also, with your Ancient Prima and Void Shards, same as normal. Now, if you get a legendary from a Sacred Shard, while we have an increased drop for Balar the Lost, you're getting a 10x chance of getting Balar the Lost compared to the other champions. So it's not like a guarantee that if you get a legendary that you're going to get Balar the Lost, but it is a higher chance that you will get that champ. And personally, looks very, very good for my account. He may be overlapping on some of the stuff that you do with your account, or this may be a highly coveted character for you as well. But this was this was actually known. The rest of this part, some of this was known, some of this is what not known. That's not all. From Friday, July 11th through Monday the 14th, there's a Champ Chase tournament for his fusion event where you could earn 25 champion fragments or Gom, a yellow hand, and other awesome rewards. So that's what we knew about. But here was the big surprise. If you manage to take first on the leaderboard in your tournament group this tournament, you'll also earn a 5-star perfect soul for Titus Blackbloom. The minimum points required for this is 4,000. So if you are number 1 but don't have 4,000, no Titus Blackblooms for your entire tournament group. So for this tournament, minimum points to receive for certain rewards. If you take first but not earn the minimum rewards, you will not receive the milestone reward. So no 5-star perfect soul. So you need at least 4,000. Now we go to hellhades.com for the scoring for these Champ Chase tournaments. This should be, I don't think there's going to be any variance. They should be scoring just like previous Champ Chase tournaments. Common champs worth 1 point. Uncommon champs also worth 1 point. So I guess if you have a bunch of mystery shards, 4,000 mystery shards, you could open them all and get a bunch of points. But rare champs will be worth 10 points each. Epic characters, 250 points each. And legendary characters, 500 points each. And I used a lot of my sacred shards during this previous summon rush. Probably should have used it during the first summon rush and skipped the second one and then done this champ chase, because it looks like I'm doing this anyway for that 5-star perfect soul. Now voids will score a little more than your normal affinities. So rares will be worth 50 instead of 10. Epics will be worth 350 instead of 250, and legendaries 650 instead of 500 points. So if we go into the game and see where I'm at now, I did save a few of my legendaries. So if we go and look at our fragment summons, the first one I want to talk about is Chronum. Chronum is a character that we got from referral bonuses. What I did a few months ago is create 3 brand new accounts, refer those links, or send my referral links to those brand new accounts, because obviously you can give them to friends, but my link to get those 3 legendaries, 3 epic characters is a lot better. I didn't want to give that to any friends. So I created 3 new accounts, got Chronum, also got Jamarsa, but Chronum is the legendary character that I've wanted for so long. He's a great HP burner. And the time that I started unlocking him, I didn't have a lot of great AoE HP burns. Yesterday, we just got R-Attack. So this guy's not as valuable as he once was to me, but it is a legendary character. It is 500 points in a champ chase. Now, Gom is an epic character, but he's a void epic. So instead of 250 points each, you're getting a 350 points each. So with 3 Goms, and we will have enough fragments for the 3 Goms. We don't have that right now. The other piece that we need to get to 3 will be that champ training, the champ training tournament. Yeah, so we haven't started to train all of our champs yet. We will get this final piece. So that is 3 Goms. That is worth 1,050 points for 3 of these, because each of them are worth 350. So that is where we have the bank so far. We also have some fusions. We can do this one right here. This is a void fusion. That's another 350 points. We don't have enough for this legendary, but that's what we have for Mikage. Now, Relic Keeper, we can't do Relic Keeper right now. We're missing a Spirit Host, but the good thing is Spirit Host is farmable. So if we want to go to Durham Forest, eventually we will get some shards for that, and we could do this fusion. It's an epic, it's not a void epic, so you get 250 points if you do a Relic Keeper. If you have Rosin, you can do some Rosins. There are some epic characters that you could use. So here's another 250 points that we possibly could get. Here's another 250 points that we possibly get. I made a mistake with this character though, Gore Mask. On our faction guardians, the binding thing, I forgot totally about the fusion. Bound 4 of these Gore Masks, unfortunately. So be careful. It's going to slow us down for Rosin. I don't think we would have got Rosin during this event anyway, but that would have been another epic, a potential 250 more points. And then Broad Maw is an epic fusion. So if you do this full fusion, that is 350 points. Also, if you'll probably get some of these points for these rares as well that you're fusing. So rares, again, they're only going to be worth 10 points each, but every point matters, especially if you want a tournament going for some of these characters. And the last one, I did remind you guys about this earlier this week, but Lemonisi, we have the red dot right there. She has not been claimed yet, and that is another 500 points. So adding all these up so far, we have Lemonisi, 500 points. We have Chronum, another 500 points. We have these Prism Crystals. I forgot to talk about this. We have this Prism Crystals for our summon pool. So earlier this week, there was an event that you get 40 Prism Crystals. That is one opening. Now, this event is going to end before the champ chase goes on, but we let this top off. And don't open this summon portal or open a summon portal before the champ chase goes on. We will get whatever we get claimed here. So more than likely 94% chance that we are going to get an epic. Hopefully it's an epic character that we don't have. Like Alicia, we don't have Alicia. That would be great. Who else? Aox. Aox is a great epic character. We don't have a lot of great lizard men. That would be a great character to get. We don't have a Doom Priest yet. I know a lot of people have Doom Priest. One of those three would be great to get. And any of these legendaries. Obviously, the big grand prize for this would be Wixwell, but no control over this. It's going to be in our inbox tomorrow. So hopefully we get a nice, pleasant surprise when we wake up in the morning, but we're going to let this top off. If we get an epic character, that is an additional 250 points. If we get a legendary character, that is an additional 500 points. So hopefully we get that. And a lot of this will be determining whether I push hard in this event or not. So obviously, if I get Wixwell, I'm gonna go hard on this. I have a monthly budget that I spend on raid, and we haven't reached that yet, but it's very early in the month. So I don't know if I wanna do that now to go hard in this event unless we get Wixwell. If we get Wixwell, going hard in this event. So that's a guarantee. Other things that we would look to go hard in this event is if we go into a tournament group and the other people in our tournament group, maybe we get lucky and we get people that aren't really pushing. So for example, Spider Tournament, this is not a great example because there's still like almost 3 days for this tournament right now. But let's say that we were looking at this and there's not a lot of time and nobody is really pushing. Now, they may be saving a lot of legendary characters that they could get later. They may be saving a lot of their sacred shards, but I think I am going to go for it if I notice the rest of the tournament group isn't going too hard. Now, if I go in and we got a few people pushing, I'm like, yeah, you guys can have that soul. It's a little too rich for my blood, but that's what I'm going to look at. I'm going to look at the rest of the tournament group, see if they're pushing. I'm going to see what we get with this summon pool. Hopefully we get something lucky. If we don't, that may switch what we do. But again, if we go to that tournament group and nobody's really pushing, I am going to go hard for that 5-star perfect soul for Wixwell, not Wixwell, for Titus. We want Wixwell. We don't have Titus yet. So far right now, 2,300 points that I have in the bank between Lemonisi, Chronum, the Prism Crystal, and the gums that we have to fuse. We may get a few more, and I may be getting more of these sacred shards if we're going to push on this event, but I guess we'll see tomorrow, depending what we get for the tournament group, depending what we get with this summon pool in our inbox. Let me know what you're going to do with this fusion. Will it depend on a few things? Are you even going for this Titus Black Flume fusion? If you are, let me know if you're going to go for this 5-star perfect soul or not, or if you're like myself and it'd be dependent on a few things like your tournament group and stuff like that. Hopefully you got some value from this video. Hopefully it helps you calculate where you are and if you want to push for those bare minimum 4,000 points for this event. If you got some value from this video, leave it a like. Check out some of the other videos on the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day. Good luck with the fusion. Hulk fist bump. ValleyFlyin out. Take care, guys.